Hello everyone, welcome to Lucid Mains. Today, let us look into the matters of the ongoing power tussle in Delhi between the union government and the Delhi executive. Questions have been asked from this topic in previous years. So, this part is very important for your mains preparation, especially for GS2 paper. To begin with, let us look at what the recent events are. In July 2018, a five-judge constitutional bench of the Supreme Court gave a significant judgment regarding the power-sharing structure in Delhi. Though the judgment was on a broader perspective, it stated that the Lieutenant Governor's power in the national capital were only limited to land, police and public order. Thus, it gave an upper hand to the elected government of Delhi. However, the bench left certain specific matters such as services and appointments to a smaller two-judge bench. Later, in February of this year, this two-judge bench delivered its verdict, which has further complicated the governance scenario in Delhi. This judgment is in fact the latest incident in the long list of ongoing tussles between the union and the Delhi governments. Before we delve into the details of this judgment, let us take a look at the history of Delhi. Since the medieval era, Delhi has been the capital of several dynasties. In the modern era, Delhi became the capital of British India in 1911. Back then, it was known as Chief Commissioner's Province and was headed by a commissioner. After independence, Delhi became a Part C state, but in 1951, this category was abolished. Later on, in 1956 came the 77th Constitutional Amendment and the States Reorganization Act. Thus, Delhi became a union territory. In 1966, the Delhi Administration Act came into the picture, giving Delhi a metropolitan council with 56 elected and 5 nominated members. In 1987, the Balakrishnan Committee held that Delhi has a special status within the constitutional scheme. This is at the heart of the disputes today. The committee held that since Delhi is the seat of power, the division of responsibilities in the usual constitutional scheme of union, state and concurrent list would create a difficult situation in Delhi. It also held that Delhi belongs to the whole nation and thus the union should have space to intervene in the day-to-day affairs of Delhi if it is given statehood. So, the 69th Amendment of Constitution in 1991 introduced Article 239AA in the Constitution. Article 239AA grants special status to Delhi among union territories. Through the amendment, Delhi was renamed as National Capital Region of Delhi and was provided a legislative assembly and a council of ministers responsible to such assembly. The article also states that 3 subjects, namely public order, police and land in the NCT of Delhi fall within the domain and control of central government. So, in respect to matters related to public order, police and land, the Lieutenant Governor would not need the aid and advice from the Council of Ministers of Delhi. For remaining matters of state list or concurrent list, insofar as such matters are applicable to union territories, the Legislative Assembly shall have the power to make laws for the National Capital Territory of Delhi. Now, let us delve into the present issue. Back in 2018, as I mentioned before, a 5-judge constitutional bench laid down broad parameters for governing the national capital. It held that the Lieutenant Governor has to act on the aid and advice of the Council of Ministers. However, certain specific issues were left to a 2-judge bench to decide. These issues included the question over services, the power to appoint and transfer officers of state public services, the power over Anti-Corruption Bureau, and the right to implement Electricity Reforms Act in Delhi. In February this year, the 2-judge bench of Justice Sikri and Justice Bhushan has given its verdict in these matters. With regard to services, both judges agreed that there is no services in the Delhi government, as all its employees come under the central services. However, the 2 judges have differed on certain aspects of service. Justice Sikri ruled the power of transfer and posting of officials from the rank of Joint Secretary and above lies with the Lieutenant Governor, but files regarding the rest of the officers are to be routed through the Delhi government. However, Justice Bhushan has ruled that services as a whole lies outside the purview of Delhi government. Because of this contradicting verdict, the matter will now be referred to a larger bench of the Supreme Court. Now, with regard to appointment of Inquiry Commission based on the Commission of Inquiry Acts of 1952, the court unanimously ruled that the centre has the power to set such an inquiry committee. Thus, the Supreme Court has confirmed to the Delhi High Court's findings that appropriate government criteria under the Commission's Inquiry Act of 1952 is the central government and not the Delhi government. Besides these, a critical issue that the court dealt was regarding the control of Anti-Corruption Bureau. Here, the bench unanimously agreed that the control of the Anti-Corruption Bureau will come under the Lieutenant Governor and outside the Delhi government's purview. The court also ruled that police and public order are exclusive domains of the Parliament or the Central Executive. Regarding the appointment and transfer of certain category of officials, the court has ruled that in electricity and revenue departments and in the posting and transfer of grade 3 and grade 4 officers, the powers are with the Delhi government, but in case of difference of opinion, the Lieutenant Governor's view will prevail. This basically rules out the power of Delhi government in matters of appointments. The only favorable decision for the Delhi government is regarding the Electricity Reforms Act, the revision of minimum rates of agricultural land, and the power to appoint a special public prosecutor. Here, the court has granted the power to the Delhi government. It has also stated that the Lieutenant Governor, while appointing the special public prosecutor, is to act on the aid and advice of the Council of Ministers. Now, looking at the way ahead, we must agree that Delhi's case is exceptional. Given the overlapping and over-contested jurisdiction, there is an urgent need for a credible and institutionalized dispute resolution mechanism. Such mechanisms have been adopted by national capitals all over the world, and it is something that Delhi should look into. The judiciary in our country are limited by the letter of the law. So, settling every dispute through the courts is not efficient nor practical. Hence, it is left for the executive and legislature to resolve the disputes amicably. But for this, mature discussion between the stakeholders needs to happen. Only through such a mature politics can the root cause of power struggle over Delhi be eliminated. As a short-term solution, the central government should look at amending Article 239 AA. They must be such that it brings forth clear demarcation of power among the various governance agencies as well as ensuring cordial cooperation among them. As a long-term solution, the central government should also look to grant the elected government of Delhi autonomy in all feasible areas. Today, the 2.5 crore population of Delhi has various problems of high magnitude such as severe air pollution, water crisis, sanitation, electricity, unauthorized constructions, and rising number of crimes. To tackle these issues, Delhi needs a comprehensive approach, best policy framework, and advanced planning. If different legs of the government in Delhi keeps fighting among themselves, the eventual loser is common man. This not only undermines their rights but also undermines our core democratic values.